All right. So we're off to the races. The season opener for Florida started this past Saturday. So today's Monday. So been 3 legal hunting days now in Florida. I actually just purchased my license. I didn't even get out the first week. Family and I went to Dollywood for a weekend with some family friends and had a great time doing that. I finally got a decent buck on camera, so I'm gonna go put a set in where I think I can get on him either right at the end of daylight or early in the morning is when he's coming through. Yeah, so I'm gonna go put a center for him. I'm gonna let this area kind of dimmer down, so I'll give it 2 days before I come hunt this again. But yeah, so pretty excited. Gonna put a set in and go hunt it, hopefully kill a decent Florida buck. All right, got the tree I want to get in. That scraggly thing there. And so this buck's been dipping through the field into the neighbor's property, and this keeps me about 65 yards off the neighbor's property. And I can kind of hunt all angles. The wind has a tendency to blow straight behind me towards the road, and this buck kind of dips across through the field. So I think if I can get in that nasty thing, I don't know if I even want to deal with it. I might actually put in that smaller tree. It's got more background, to be honest with you. Yeah, I'm gonna put it, actually 100%, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put it in that smaller tree, and it'll still give me a nice shot. And then actually it'll be a little bit better because it's got more background blocking out the sunlight, so I'm less likely to get my silhouette spotted. So definitely gonna do that. I should put on long pants. Sometimes you gotta get really high. Sometimes you gotta get just off the ground, and sometimes you gotta get in skinny trees. You gotta work with what you got. I mean, I will say this, I think there's way too many people that are always way too worried about getting in the perfect tree and not the perfect situation and setting up the perfect scenario. I'd much rather be a little bit uncomfortable in a tree and get a opportunity at a buck than I would be in the perfect tree. So if that makes sense. So, all right, gonna put this stand in there. All right, yeah, I got the setup. So this is pretty slick. You can see the field. I'm gonna cut this limb off that's on my shoulder. Probably leave that, it ain't really in the way. And then, you know, this will give me plenty of shooting opportunities left. Yeah, I like this. This setup is working all right. Then as fall comes into effect, I'll get more shooting lanes which close to rut. That's going to be the main thing, and then I'll be able to see these fields. I'm trying to get permission off the owners of this property. I went and knocked on their door once. They weren't home, so I am going to get back because I don't really want to hunt all their property. I really just want to be able to get in on their property a little bit and kind of hunt the pinch points of it and the intersects. Just really want to set up some cameras and see where these deer are going to and coming from a little bit closer. So yeah, I'm gonna go pull one camera and then set up a different one. There's my trusted guard dog. Hey, the girl. Oh, honey, she comes with me anywhere. Nacy. Nace. Nacy. What are you doing? Hey. Nace. What are you doing? Hi, baby girl. This is the other aspect of my stand. And like, man, you can't even see it. What's nice is like in there though. Sitting up there, I have like so many shooting lane options through there. So that, I love how tucked in that is right now. I mean, this is a GoPro, and it makes it difficult. But it is there. I always try to tuck the tag end of the camera as best as I can. I don't like anything that I think is gonna attract the deer in any way, shape, or form. So if I think it's gonna flap and it's gonna cause an unnatural looking movement to these deer, that's gonna put them on edge around this camera, and anything I can do to diminish the potential to make these deer nervous is what I'm gonna do. Now obviously I'm walking around with my dog where I'm hunting, but this is an area that she runs anyway. They're kind of used to her. Needless to say, if this was like primetime country area I never hunted, like I definitely wouldn't be taking my dog in. I'd be a little bit more adamant about like my scent control. I wouldn't be wearing shoes. So, but it's early season, and I'm just trying to find them lingering right now. Just changing up the cameras consistently, finding different pinch points. You know, these bucks are constantly changing their ranges, especially when it gets to the rut. You know, a lot of bucks that are homebody bucks, they'll stick around the same area all year long. Then you have some bucks that are more like satellite bucks that hang out in their area and a little bit different. Then you have other ones that are just, man, they're just lone wolves. They're all over the place. So constantly changing where you're scouting and stuff at and looking for new territory is, I think, critical to killing big deer. So all right, gonna go pull a camera and then putt back home. So, it's been fun.